ran for president in 2019 and 2020, he sought to distinguish himself from the rest of the field of Democrats because he was the one who understood how Washington worked, knew how to get things done, could pass the legislation, maybe even could reach across the aisle to do that. In other words, Joe Biden was master of the Senate who was going to take that skill set to the White House. Hasn't quite worked out that way. The Democrats, of course, have the narrowest of possible margins. They have exactly 50 Republican senators and 50 Democratic senators, which means the tie-breaking vote is held by Kamala Harris, the vice president. There's not a lot of room for error, and basically on every major piece of legislation, the Democrats need all 50 votes, particularly if they were trying to get rid of the filibuster, would be a very good idea at this point. But Biden has been unable to get all those 50 votes. So maybe he's not the master of the Senate we thought he was, or he thought he was. But there's something else here. The core problem is that nobody fears Joe Biden in the Senate, or maybe even in Washington. One example of this is the recent phone call between Biden and Manchin, which the White House described as productive, which is Washington speak for accomplish nothing. And the reason those calls keep accomplishing nothing, and the reason that Joe Manchin appears to have all the leverage, is that Joe Biden is unable, or perhaps unwilling, to thread the needle of, on the one hand, making legitimate threats to Manchin. You want your friend confirmed for this position? You want this project in West Virginia to happen? You have to go along with us. While not pushing him too far so that he joins the Republican Party, something that is always a real possibility. That's a difficult needle to thread. But Joe Biden, master of the Senate, should be able to do that. And he'll never be able to do that if no one fears him in Washington.